Good day everyone. Let me introduce myself first. I am Heart Ibasaya and I am BS Ed English 1B. And now, let's talk about language acquisition and language learning. So first, language acquisition. Language acquisition, in its current sense, it tries to expose the student to target language. The way he or she acquire the language is structured through actual use. Also, it is a process by which human acquire the capacity to perceive and comprehend language as well as to produce and use words and sentences to communicate. Language is the primary form of communication that humans use. However, language is not something that is taught to children. Children acquire language through a subconscious process during which they are unaware of grammatical rules. This happens naturally when they acquire their first language, so they repeat what is said to them and get a feel for what is not correct. In order to acquire a language, they need a source of natural communication, which is usually the mother, the father, caregiver, or just by being with people around them. In fact, by the time a children is 4.5 years old, he or she can be able to express ideas clearly and almost perfectly from the point of view of language and grammar. So, this is despite any formal studying of the language. And now, let's talk about language learning. Language learning is the teaching about a language. It uses its speaker, its structure, with the hope that the student will learn enough to actually be able to speak the target language. So, language learning is an active process that begins at birth and continues through life. And this is where students learn language as they use it to. The last one, language learning, is broadly defined as developing the ability to communicate in the second or foreign language. Language learning is the process that most people follow when trying to learn another language. Here the student is made to study list of vocabulary as well as sentence structure and grammar. So, this is the most common method used in school and language learning center. The main difference between language acquisition and language learning is that language acquisition is the manner of learning a language by immersion. It provides the student with the practical knowledge of the language. For example, the student may not know the grammar rule but is still able to immaculately converse with a native. Whereas, language learning focuses on providing theoretical knowledge of a language. In this case, the student may not know all the proper grammar rules and the correct way of sentence structuring but may still lack the confidence to have a conversation with a native. Hence, as stated by Stephen Krashen, students who are taught in a formal and structured way will learn the language but never fully acquire it. That's all. Bye guys.